Today we're talking about application programming interfaces, or APIs, which enable software applications to interact with other IT resources. We'll be hearing how they aren't something to be consigned to the IT team, but are integral to business strategy. It's a board-level issue, or it should be. Well, to hear more, let's meet David Andrzejek, who leads the financial services strategy at Apigee, which is part of Google Cloud. I'm Sarah Lockett. Welcome to the Business Debate. David, welcome to the London Stock Exchange studios.
Thank you for having me, Sarah.
So first of all, let's have your definition of APIs. Do you have an easy analogy or definition?
APIs are how software talks to software. So if you have a weather app on your mobile and it asks for the weather from AccuWeather and it returns a result, that's an API call. The same thing if you browse your queue on Netflix or check your bank account, those are all API calls.
And why should APIs be a board level issue? Why aren't they just an IT department issue?
Every board and every executive team understands that digital and software are going to be very important over the next 5 or 10 years, right? And not only are APIs the foundation of all your digital experiences, but savvy companies are taking APIs and turning them into products and taking those products to market and building new channels and new routes to market that way. And they're finding new ways to do distribution through APIs and building ecosystems around their business with APIs. I would think that ecosystems, channels, and new distribution are board level and C-level topics.
And to bring it to life, what are some of the really good ways that you see companies using APIs?
Most people will think of API businesses and think of a Google or a Facebook or an Amazon or somebody like that. But I'll give you two examples of very traditional companies that are using APIs. So Walgreens is a 116-year-old pharmacy retailer in America. They're the equivalent of Boots, and they actually acquired Boots a couple years ago here in the UK. They've got photo printing APIs, clinic scheduling APIs, prescription refill APIs, and they've syndicated those through the marketplace. And so now they have an ecosystem of 300 plus application partners that drive business to them. Western Union is a money transfer company, and they've built a set of APIs and built a chatbot on that, Facebook chatbot, so they can transfer money inside of Facebook.
So while you're still in Facebook, you can do that kind of transaction.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to go specially to their website.
Exactly.
So it's not inevitable that the older players are going to get left behind and that only the new disruptors, the Ubers, the Amazons, are going to do well at this.
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, these companies are getting real business results. So, for example, in the Walgreens case, like I said, they fulfill about a prescription a second over the APIs, and they've got this big ecosystem that they drive all their business through. It's been fantastic for them.
And so banking as a sector has been a bit slow to adopt APIs, would you say? But now they're sort of having their hand forced, aren't they? Especially in Europe with the legislation, the regulation PSD2. But that will also bring opportunities, will it?
You're right. PSD2 is a big shove in the back for the banks, right? But they, I think they recognize that. And with that kind of disruption will also come a lot of opportunity. And certainly the venture capitalists see it with all the investment in fintechs. The banks see it. We see half of our pipeline in Europe being financial services companies.
And how does using an API management platform help?
There's a lot of things that you have to worry about when you think about opening up your most important systems via APIs and plugging in third parties. You have to be concerned with security. How do I protect myself? How do I mitigate any threats? How do I manage traffic and ensure performance, right? How do I productize those APIs and onboard the developers and get a great developer experience? And how do I manage business results, right? You have web analytics for your web channel. You should have API analytics for your API channel. API management platform takes care of those things for you.
Do most people build it themselves or use a management platform, would you say?
I think most people recognize these days that you should, buy that from an expert rather than try to build it yourself.
And what is the next area where APIs are going to be really critical?
There's a few. Machine learning. Companies are going to enhance their digital experiences with machine learning, and those will be delivered over APIs. I think people are seeing voice assistants like Alexa or Google Home. That's completely built on a set of APIs. And then the last one are ecosystems. Companies are taking their APIs and building out platforms in their industries to either aggregate supply or to dominate demand. And I think you'll see that coming very soon.
All right, well, David, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Sarah.
And join us next time when we'll be discussing the latest innovations in global food security and the circular economy. Bye-bye for now.